And here's what I learned, that most people, by and large, really don't know how to have a conversation with AI. Now, don't blame me. We're not trained, we're not experts in how to have a conversation with AI. The good news is our team, the School Psych AI team, we have been building these blocks since day one to make it easy, especially for school psychologists, related service providers, to be able to have a conversation with AI. And today, we've made a large leap forward, and I'm excited to introduce Ask Sophia. When you come into our platform, you start having a conversation. You might ask Sophia a question, like write a short paragraph I can use to describe the role of a school psychologist to a group of fifth graders, and then Sophia will give you a response back. Then you're able to keep going back and forth. You might put inside this chat box, put this in a table, translate this. You're able to keep having a conversation. Well, one of the drawbacks of this approach is, again, most school psychologists, most related service providers don't really know how to have a conversation with Sophia. And so the prompts aren't really that great, which means you're not going to get the best output back. Secondly, it is static, meaning that you can't do anything with this. Yes, we have the copy button. You can copy and paste, and it's great. It's miles apart from where we were, right? But what still remains is you still have more work to do. Well, recently we put out the Studio Writer. And inside of Studio Writer, we are rolling out this new tool called Ask Sophia, where you can come in, you can ask Sophia any question, you can ask for help with any task, and Sophia, the power of artificial intelligence, is then going to be rolled inside of the Studio Writer, which will allow you to continue editing. Let me show you what this looks like. So the first thing you're going to do, you've already clicked Studio Writer. You're going to go to Studio Writer thread, and then we're going to create a new Studio Writer thread, and we're going to just label it. You can name it whatever you like. We're going to name this one Ask Sophia. It'll take a few seconds. It'll create that new thread, okay? And now we're going to add a section. So you click Add Section, and let me show you what we're going to do. We're going to act as if we're building out the foundational elements of a psych report. And so this could be any document, anything you can think of. Once you have that section there, you're going to drop down to Tools in the bottom center of your screen. And there she is, y'all, Ask Sophia. What makes Ask Sophia really revolutionary to me is the ability to integrate this into an editor where you can directly edit the responses that you get from AI, which I think is powerful, absolutely powerful. So when you click Ask Sophia, again, just a quick description, Ask Sophia for help, like you're talking to a knowledgeable thought partner who can support you with things like summarizing, drafting documents, creating tables, brainstorming interventions, and more right inside of the Studio Writer. And I want you to think of Sophia as a thought partner in the work that you're doing. And just how you would have a conversation with colleagues, that's how I want you to have a conversation with Sophia, and especially this tool, Ask Sophia. Give her task that she wants to take it off your plate. So help her, allow her to do that. So I'm going to paste in our first prompt. And I'm going to show you how you can access every prompt that I'm going to do today. I wanted to make this super simple for you. But essentially what I'm telling Sophia to do is to create a demographics table for me. And it's going to look like the beginning of a site eval with demographic information, student name, grade, all of that basic stuff. And then I say Ask Sophia. And then you can see it's going to take a few seconds to run. And in just a few seconds, you can see that Sophia returned this table that I can now use for my demographics. Here's the cool part about it. I can come back and I can make these edits directly inside my document. Look at that. I'm editing this. And this is, from Sophia before, where we couldn't edit. Now we can edit directly inside of this document, which is so cool. All right. Now, if I wanted to say, confidential psychological evaluation, you can see this is starting to take shape like an evaluation because this is it's an editor and we can edit directly inside. Boom. So now we have that. Now I'm gonna go to our next section. Let's do got the caps locked on. Let's do reason for referral section. I'm gonna click create. And then we're gonna go back to tools, ask Sophia. All right, listen, we're gonna put Sophia to work. And in this one, I'm just telling Sophia to write a reason for referral section. I'm going to show you in a bit how to access all of these prompts. I'll make sure that I link it. I'll give you an Ask Sophia prompt guide. And all of these prompts you could take and use. And it also gives you some really good ideas of how to use Ask Sophia. But this one, I'm just saying, hey, I need a reason for a referral section. All right. All right, look, I can delete this. Let's say I'm going to title this reason for referral. If you want, you could bold, you could change the headings, whatever you want to do. All right. That's the cool part about this. And it gives us, based on the bulleted information that I had, a reason for referral section. Now we're going to add in our next section, and this is going to be our developmental history section. Click create, and you can add how many ever sections you want. I'm going to go to tools, back to Ask Sophia. I'm going to drop that prompt. And right now we're just telling Sophia, hey, I want a background history section and write the developmental and educational history sections using this data. And then the data that I give to Sophia is just basic background information that I have. It can be bulleted information. It doesn't have to be perfect. And that's the cool part about it. And then again, because I can edit, I can come in, I can change that, I can unbold things. The sky is the limit for what you can do. Okay, now we have that. Now let's get into some test interpretations. Let's really push Sophia here. So now I'm going to go to add section. I'm going to go to test interpretation, whatever you want to title it. It's up to you. There's no wrong or right way to go about it. But then I'm just going to paste in this prompt, and it's not perfect. I'm just saying, Sophia, write a comprehensive WIS5 interpretation section using these scores. And then I'm going to click Ask Sophia. I just give it some of those WIS scores, the full scale, the VCI, the VSI, fluid reasoning, working memory, processing speed. I give some basic information to students 10, suspected learning disability in math and reading. And then in a few seconds, look at that. Sophia gives us a beautiful write-up. Again, I can edit, I can probe deeper, I can delete sections if I don't want it. It's completely up to you on what you're capable of doing. But why would we stop there? Let's say that you've done a behavioral observation. Now we're going to go in behavioral observation, click create, go back to tools. And if you notice, if you've done a demo with me, if you watched any of the videos, if you talked to anyone on our team, you know that we have tools for everything that I'm showing you how to do. I'm only using one. That tool is Ask Sophia. So if you can see the future and where we're headed, we're rolling in conversations, we're rolling in the tools, and we're giving you the ability to edit directly here. And this is, look at, it's not taking us that long to do this, right? You can come back in, keep editing. Right there, we have a behavioral observation. Now, you might be wondering, all right, Byron, that's great. What else can we do? Well, now let's say that you add in all the sections that you like, click preview, and look at that, right? You're starting to get the basic foundational elements of a psych eval. Like, how phenomenal is that? Just talking to Sophia. Like, you can copy this, you can export. Now check this out. I'm gonna copy this. When I click copy, it gives us everything, right? That's all this entire section. We're gonna add section. We're gonna say summary. We're gonna click create, and then that's gonna pop open. I go to tools, Ask Sophia. I'm just gonna paste that in. I say, here are my initial findings from a psych eval. Give me a blurb that summarizes all of this information. Then ask Sophia. And Sophia is going to take all of that and then give you a blurb. Really, really cool. We'll let that run for a few seconds. All right. And then just like that, we have a summary section. All right. Again, you can come in, you can edit, you can break it up a little bit. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. Get these notifications out of the way. Jump back down. I click that. Look at that. Now you have a summary section. Well, what are some of the other things that we might be able to do? Well, the sky's the limit. Let's say that you wanted to do a parent training handout. So you can create a parent training handout. Go to tools, click Ask Sophia, and I have a prompt. And this prompt says, create a parent handout for managing homework battles with ADHD kids. Include, I might rephrase that language, right? Let's make it more strength-based. You're not an ADHD kid with students identified with ADHD. Include a step-by-step routine. Boom, read through it. Edit these prompts, make it your own, make it custom for your students, your demographics, your situation. But let's see what Sophia does. It's amazing what we're going to be able to do with this Ask Sophia. Now, ending homework battles, a guide for parents of students with ADHD. Just like that, it gives us how to set up their environment, step-by-step homework routine, a troubleshooting guide, quick reference tips right there. So that's awesome too. Any other guides or things that you can think of, you'll be able to do that, which is awesome too. All right, and finally, I'm going to show you one of my favorite things that we can do now. We can create custom worksheets, homework sheets, classroom instruction, check and check out sheets. I mean, if you can think of a worksheet that you want, you'll be able to create it. So I just added that homework sheet section. I'm going to go to Ask Sophia. I'm going to give it this prompt. Your task is to create a homework completion tracker for a high school student with executive functioning difficulties. I gave it some of the sections that I want, and we'll give it a few seconds to run. And in a few seconds, Sophia is going to think about what I want and then give me this homework completion tracker. All right, I read through it. Assignment details, daily tracking, progress summary, pattern analysis, visual cues, and reminders. All right. Now, again, you can edit all of this. This is the cool part about it. You can copy this, you can paste. That way you could create a homework worksheet, thread, week 1, week 2, all the way up to week 52. And this is just the start. You can create SEO lessons. I created a social skills curriculum. It goes without saying, psychological evaluations. You can dive deeper into analysis that you're doing to ask Sophia, hey, help me extrapolate meaning from this. Help me to think through these. If you can think it, you can do it. What will you ask Sophia? Let us know if there's a video you want to see. Jump in, give it a try. Until next time, take care, everyone.